Hi, how's it going, Leo? So this is your April 2026 reading. It was supposed to be your Hasta full moon reading. I'm really sorry about that, but unfortunately here we are. So this is for Maga, Purva Palguni and Uttara Palguni. For any Western Leos in the house, come in, feel free to join. You want your sun, moon and ascendant for this reading, all right? Now let's get started. So the first card we have is Archangel Uriel. We have the Take a step back. Okay, so we have Archangel Uriel and the Emperor card, right? Then our next card is the Eight of Ariel. And the card from the Archangel Michael Oracle deck is going to be self-respect. Seems a lot of you Leos have that self-respect in high supply right now. Like, seems like a lot of you have that self-respect in high doses at the moment. And I feel like your respect for yourselves, your increasingly healthy boundaries and healthy self-image is causing you to become more efficient in what you do. So I feel like, a lot of Leos can actually be very hard on themselves, quiet as it's kept. Leos have this thing in common, both Western and sidereal, of being exceptionally hard on themselves and thinking that if they're not going about everything the hard way, that they're not doing it right. But what I'm seeing, Leo, is that instead of doing that, you're like, okay, so fuck the hardest way of doing things. What's the most efficient way of doing things? Like, forget me trying to find the most difficult ways to do something. What is going to make the most sense? What is going to save time and energy? What is going to get things done effectively as well as satisfactory, as well as the most satisfactory result, right? What is going to be the most efficient and the most satisfactory? And because of that, you do have, it's not that you have more stability, it's that you're becoming a bit more industrious and career-minded, some of you. Now, Leos usually don't have a problem with this anyway, but it seems like a lot of you are becoming more serious about where your life is going. And you're starting to understand and realize that doing everything the hard way all the time is not the move. Okay? A lot of you are understanding that and you're behaving accordingly. Okay? Now, I'm actually going to go into your houses first. The houses that were highlighted by the full moon and Hasta with that Revati sun was your second house. That's the house of how you make your money. You making money with your own hands. You making money through hobbies and leisure activities. It's to do with the face. It's to do with physical beauty. So the full moon has given you plenty of opportunity to make money from your own hands, from what you like to do. And it's also highlighted your environment and how important your environment is in shaping how you see yourself. Now, this is the thing. In order to balance out the second house and its demands, your eighth house of psychology, of hidden matters, of primal instinct, of your coping mechanisms, and also of other people's money, is going to be important for you to prioritize. And I feel like a lot of you are already doing that, right? Like, second house is like self-sufficient money. It's money that you get through your own work. But with the eighth house, it's about legacy money. It's about money you inherit. It's about money you invest. It's about money, capital gains from your investments. That's eighth house stuff, right? So I feel like focusing more on eighth house stuff is really what's gonna set you apart from the people around you during this month until the next full moon at least. Okay, so I feel like you're probably already doing that anyway. There's a part of you that's already doing that. You're already thinking long term when it comes to your finances and how you're going to take that further, and also thinking about your relationship with money with regards to other people as well. You're also thinking about that quite extensively. So yeah, I feel like you're right where you need to be. You're going to be working very hard, harder than you normally do over the next month or so. And I don't think this is a short-term thing. I think this is going to be a long-term thing. But let's have a look at these cards in more detail. We've got stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. That comes as a direct result of the self-respect that I talked about earlier. Because right now, Leo, your self-respect is high. So you're taking that to different levels of your being, different areas of your life. Like your self-respect is incredibly high. And then we've got 8 of Ariel. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. These two are hand in hand together. When I get the numbers 4 and 8, I get finances. But whereas this is about working your way up, this is about making smarter moves. So you are already working your way up to what you want, because again, Hasta highlighted your second house, right? You're already, you're already on that level. You're already working towards your second house endeavors, and you're already creating tactics around that, around your work. And when it comes to this, you're not so much acting upon 8th house stuff. It's like you're more studying it. You're getting to know it, because if there's anything that I know about Leos, is that when it comes to anything 8th house related or anything to do with spirituality, you're the type of signs that will look at the more ethical stuff first. You're not the type to go after power when it comes to spirituality for the sake of it. You want to get further and further into investments, into magical thinking, all that type of stuff, but it's like you want to know what you're doing before you proceed in it. And that's where this comes in, self-respect. Dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see myself as you see me, through the eyes of love. Thank you for honoring and respecting me. Please guide me to do the same for myself and grant me the courage to speak up on my own behalf. I ask for your protection in all my relationships, so that I am surrounded by loving and kind people. You're not going to accept any crap. That's another thing, Leo. You're not going to accept any crap from people. You are going to be very straightforward as to what your needs are. You're not going to be aggressive about it, but you are going to be straightforward about your needs. And if your needs are not met, you're not going to fight. You're going to walk away. I have needs that need to be met. If those needs are not met, I am walking away. I'm not arguing the point. I'm not sticking around. I'm not arguing nothing with you. I have certain boundaries that I want honored. I have certain needs that I want to be met. And if I'm not going to have those needs met, we are not going to be discussing anything. And you're going to vote with your feet rather than trying to create argument or get loud or anything like that. You're going to make yourself very clear. So that's something people need to watch out for. They need to watch out for trying to manipulate you. It is not going to work. Okay. So for your notes, we've got equal rights, being a woman in a man's world, lack of skills, new leadership that leads to freedom, self-employment, and sharing your skills. I think when it comes to the 8th house stuff, oh, hang on, no, lack of skills. Why am I getting the Emperor? Something is telling me that it's your skill set that needs working on, and not your motivation when it comes to the 2nd house stuff. You need the time to build up your skills a little bit more. Whereas with this, with the investment stuff, with the, yeah, it's like you kind of have everything the wrong way round. Again, your self-respect is incredibly high, but it's like you've got things the wrong way round. You need to actually study your craft. Like, put that behind the scenes. The work that you do, put that behind the scenes. And when it comes to investment and passive incomes, you need to focus on that more, right? Focus more on having multiple streams of income rather than focusing too much on the work stuff, right? Because the work stuff is already going to be taken care of anyway. When it comes to financial opportunities, when it comes to work opportunities, there's already a lot of blessings there. So don't worry too much about that. Like, just, yeah, I feel like this is where you need to place more of your energy on working smart instead of working hard. Do you understand what I mean? That's what you need to be doing, like, in public. Whereas when it comes to second house stuff, when it comes to your skills, you need to hone them behind the scenes. Focus more on that. Do you understand what I mean? So that was for Leo. That was for Maga, Purva Palguni, and Uttara Palguni. It was also for the Western Leos, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. I have been Empress Justice. I'll see you in the next reading. Take care. Bye-bye, my darlings.